Hi, my name is Trey, and this is my channel on YouTube and Odyssey, Trey's Myths and Tunes. Seeing through Maya, the moral essence. My little sermon today, and after that, I'm going to say a few poems. Cream tangerine, mercy lemon, ginger's cream and a pineapple tart. And coffee dessert, yes, you know it's good news. But you have your Savoy truffle. You might not feel it now, but what a sweet now turns so sour. The sweat is gonna fill your head. And when it comes too much, you're gonna shout aloud. Cream tangerine, Marcelli Mount. I feel your taste all the time we're apart. Coffee dessert, yes, you know it's good news. Hot to hot to hot to hot to hot to have your Savoy and truffle. Yes, you sound like hot to have my Savoy truffle. Cry, baby, cry. You make your mother sad. You're old enough to know better. So cry, baby. Cry, cry, cry. Stand together for our freedoms, and you know why. 'Cause I'm sternly deciding not to worry. And I throw out Satan's lies. I am a part of God. I am sovereign and I am free. What the flunk else could I be? Lucifer's lunacy. I say hell no to that shit show for sheep. So I say to thee, cry when you got to, baby. But pretty soon you're gonna join me in my electronic hermit church of the free. 'Cause I'm not like you dry coals amused emotionally freezing. I bring the warmth from within to everything. Seeing through Maya, the moral essence. Originally, humans were made in the image of the Most High, the sacred Christos, the pure, respectful Creator, the moral essence. And that is why many, or if not all, of the Dark Lord's minions do not like to mess with me, because I bring them peace. I bring them openly. I pray for their healing. It's really irrelevant how many people watch this transmission. If one person or two people receive some of my light, my respect for you, my love, my conscious awareness of the Christos, then it's worth it. You know, you have to understand the difference between the views of 3D slaves and or extreme limitation, arbitration, and the demiurge's soul recycling plan. And it's soulless. Okay? You have to understand that it's soulless. Okay? To obey. They condition us to believe. And many people, and myself, and my Mercury and Capricorn retrograde for much of my life, and I'm still suffering with this bootstraps, sweat equity, as well as this basic income, ridiculous idea of dependence. They're both incorrect. You have to understand that slavery is both an economically forced thing and a mental condition that we have to work on and heal ourselves of if we can. Or we become these soulless, limited beings in this soul recycling energy farm called The Dark One's Idea of Planet Earth, the New World Order. Um, so in a way, so few people watch me after hundreds have seen me a few times. It proves that perhaps some of those hundreds didn't want to do the work, or they'd probably watch me more. Um, because I've certainly said healing or helpful things since then. That's if they're not playing with the numbers or the dark side isn't messing with it somehow. You got to understand how every time a person suffers from NPD or NPE, as I call it, there's this aspect, a huge amount of desperation that the money, slavery, debt-based currency, fiat system creates this sense of desperation that even up to the 1%, I would say the 1% criminals, the robber barons, or whatever you want to call it, the Khazarian mafia, the incredibly brilliantly evil banksters, have extreme desperation, disconnection from source, and they fight amongst each other over their system. So, and also think about this: what if wage slavery is immoral to your essence? And if I say that to you, does that make you want to harm me or ignore me, turn off the channel, or think I'm a jaded, hypocritical punk bitch to say that? Well, you have your right to feel however you want. However, whenever something triggers you, it may be that they're hitting a key point. So that's why I tell anyone, especially if you had kids or for some other reason you have to toe the line of the rent or the property tax. Well, make sure you enjoy your job or you love your job. Now, I myself, when I was a tile mechanics helper, when I was a dishwasher, and lowly jobs, I just enjoyed. I've enjoyed all the jobs I've had. Now, that's you got to have the right attitude to do that. However, this job of healing myself, this job of becoming a healer for the world is, I'll admit, it's extremely it's been extremely challenging and taxing, but I still love it. Um, what the Christ truly wants, the real Christ, it's one of the four agreements. It's to do your best. That she wants what's best for all of us. Okay, it's very important to remember that. And the desperation is a self-possession, mind control program of the archontic or the narcissistic predator entities. It's actually a program I've suffered from tremendously, and it's the ego that, if you can share with others or figure out how to get along harmonious with them, if you can clear out your fourth dimension or your spirit body, a lot of these problems would subside. But again, they feed off your ego. So could that be why the two people I was mentioned previously that I made the videos about me won't communicate with me at all after proclaiming to be my best friends? It's kill the messenger, or they're blackballing the messenger because they don't want to kill me, because they know deep down subconsciously that what I'm saying is truthful, and they just don't want to admit they have a problem. That's the hardest part, honestly, and particularly about the interdimensional parasites. The truth about the mind control through the egos and the entities. It's really hard for people to face. The true narcissistic spirit is a vampire who will never let you live your harmless mission. Not being it through the so-called Santa Cruz curse, or the cost of living, or the Illuminati, the Babylon money, black magic curse, finding real people who are not slaves or narcissists in Santa Cruz while I've been on this mission of self-healing has been so challenging that it has shown me how to do the job of this sermon I'm saying here today. It has shown me how to see through the Maya. It is, like my friend Rashawn said, is where the shamans would do their dark training or their shadow work, because sometimes people have a high IQ and extreme narcissistic personality disorders, and they might not even know that they're evil. They might even just think the competitiveness or the talking you down, belittling you down to a piece of crap is a normal way to survive. And actually, be a loving or talented or beautiful soul underneath that somehow. Again, not understanding the prevalence and powers of the dark ones, they allow it to, or since childhood, since their parents were narcissistic punks, it creeped into their personality since childhood. So it's very sad, and we have to understand that the grapes of wrath, the black suns, um, inverted slavery, wage slavery culture we see around this region and other beautiful parts of the world, or very disrespectful unconscious programs. Just such as it's many people think that I reside with my powers in this tent is disrespectful to my physical body or my 3D family that doesn't exist. It's the same principle for your soul. If you devote your time to jobs you don't love, and also not understanding that, say for example, as I say, the narcissistic predator entity is not you. It's really sad. Like, oh, they're never going to talk to me again because I said that. I'm sorry, but this is really what they need to heal. So, a couple of poems. Just remember, there is no official reality. The official external authority is inherently immoral and created by the negative aliens. They created that official reality. That's why it's so fake. The Christos is within. The real reality begins when the creator, or if it's Christ within the human, has harmlessness for the most part. 96% harmlessness, discernment, peace, and then channeling, then inventions, then songs, then ideas, then learning, but not fight or flight, not wage slavery, not having to pay off a student loan for 30 years. These are victimhood programs. Okay? Victimizer programming is never going to lead you to the place where you see through the Maya, because it's the chief number one archontic deception strategy. Okay, this is the number one way. Okay, if you identify as a victim, I never did. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Some would say I was, some people think what I did was fraudulent, but when they saw my physical illness, they couldn't really, say it was a fraud anymore. However, you know, I'm a fool if I don't finish the job. So here I am. This is part of my final exam on that project, and your donations. I just put in a PayPal thing in here, so your donations will help me to become real in the 3D as well as I have already become in the 5D, or in the 4 and 5D through these videos, through sharing the essence has really helped me to move along my fourth dimensional body as well. So, which is really, you think about it, the fourth dimension is like the long range picture, like the timeless now of your whole life. Did you get worse or better? I mean, you can, in the fourth dimension, that's where the ghosts get stuck. That's why there's ghosts, there's all these parasites and predators, because your egoic concepts of who you think you are can stick you there. This is why it's important to be lodged in the heart, at least the fifth dimension, because then you leave your body and go into the 5D realm, which is actually the pure, the one love realm of oneness. One more for the glorious, brilliant sun before these fake clouds take over the sky. One more for the road. How I became this way, I don't know. I just see my rhymes happy to flow. From sea to shining seas and fire, up the most high sunshine love, soul respects it all. Live in peace and love and growth from above, shining a few rays of brilliance into every sunny alcove. One more song for Helios. One more ode to Gaia. I love and thank you both in this forest and these trees for breathing me into being in a gloriously brilliant day. still in this human form, singing hip-hop hoorays. Give thanks to the one love, my family, one love and many blessings.